that actually went like defending.
I think it's like
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Man. Come on. Thank you very much for that, Ian Wright. And with an intro like that, what more can I say besides people deluded? I'm back again. First things first, I hope you and your loved ones are all in good health. I hope everyone's well and safe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. With it being, well, I was about to say Wednesday, but Thursday, and it being a close to the week, hopefully where your private lives are concerned, you lot are making progressive steps. And I wish you lot all the best. Let's end this year high. One love for tuning in. If you haven't smashed the like button, smash the like button, turn on your notifications, make sure you're checking out the YouTube playlist. And if you're tuning in for the first time, come on, man, you're about to hear some knowledge. You're about to hear an articulate, young, sexy, chocolate fellow. What can I say, man? Shout out to baby mums out there. But on a serious note, people, as you know, we're approaching the restart of the Premier League. We're approaching January. It's going to get to silly season. You know, you type in Arsenal, we're linked with the Joao Felixes, the Mudryks, the Milinkovic Savic, this guy, that guy, and the third. We're going to get linked with some of our grandparents at this moment in time. Probably get linked with Pele, George Best, Maradona, and them kind of man there in a second, people. You know, thoughts are with Pele's family as well, because he's going through stuff at this time. So yeah, let's see what's going on in the latest news. Again, check out my YouTube playlist, because I condense all of it for you. But let's share the screen, people. Enough waffling, enough rambling. Don't know why the screen hasn't shared yet. There we have it. Allegedly, Simon Collins of the Evening Standard has said Arsenal have opened talks with Shakhtar Donetsk over a deal for Ukraine winger Mikhailo Mudryk. Shakhtar valued the 21-year-old at 85 million, but it's thought they could soften their stance. Now, I released a video earlier. Apparently, you know, the CEO of Shakhtar is, by his own admission, in London negotiating with a few clubs. Arsenal seem to be moving closer. I mean, out of all the rumours, I only really believe Tielemans and Mudryk. Tielemans, because he's been linked with us for time, so there's got to be some sort of admiration within the club. Mudryk, it seems like beyond paper talk, there's some active steps. I know he's been doing his bit with every interview. Shakhtar Donetsk have been talking him up, whether they're going to sell him to Arsenal or elsewhere. And obviously, it's a position we want to look for. We didn't get him this summer, neither did Brentford or Everton or Newcastle. Apparently, Man City are monitoring developments. Not that they need a winger, or do they really? You know, I mean, you take Mudryk, we'll take Julian Alvarez. I think that's a fair trade. City will be back in the summer to see what players you want to get rid of. Gundogan, Ake, Alvarez, you know, anybody really and truly that wants to leave City, keep bringing them to Arsenal. You owe us for Adebayor, for Nasri, for Kolo Toure, etc., Sagna, you know, until the numbers are a bit evened out. So we already kind of know this in relation to Mudryk, people. But yeah, we've opened talks allegedly. Arsenal, DiMarzio has said Arsenal pushing for Mikhail Mudryk. They're in a full position to get the player. Until my man's holding the shirt, taking pictures with Arteta, Edu, and Vinay in London Coley next to him, saying how he's always been an Arsenal player, how he spoke with Zinchenko, how he speaks about Arsenal fans on social media, then it's all up in air, isn't it, really? You know, we've agreed personal terms, but to my knowledge, a bid hasn't been made public knowledge. So we still got to agree something with Shakhtar. Until you can agree something, it's all somewhat a myth. Dean Jones of Give Me Sport has said on the same player, I think Arsenal will go ahead with this and try to get it done if it's absolutely everything they're aiming for. I know the avenues of getting this done are already very open, so I think we'll see a bid soon, to be honest. So we might see a strategic play. And we've already covered this, people, but Arsenal have opened talks with Shakhtar Donetsk over a deal for Mikhail Mudryk. The Gunners have made signing a wide forward a priority in January and are prepared to back Mikel Arteta to help maintain their title push. Apparently, we have been tracking him since the summer and have now entered negotiations with Shakhtar in the hope to get a deal struck, people. They value him at 85 million. They're not going to get that, are they really? You know, maybe half, maybe 50, 60 in terms of add-ons and variables and stuff. They're reluctant to sell him in January because they're trying to accomplish things at club level. He's previously spoken on his admiration for the Premier League, for Mikel Arteta, for playing for Arsenal, etc. And it's just a case of getting a bid agreed now, really and truly, or a fee agreed, better yet. Fabrizio Romano said, at the moment, it's Arsenal pushing for Mudryk, but there's still no advanced negotiation on the fee. So we're a long way away from that being confirmed. Bearing in mind, it's the 15th of December. The market opens on January the 1st. There's a lot of time to get an agreement done, not just for him, but for any other players, really, really and truly in that regards, people. So we'll have to see how that one there develops. But yeah, where Mudryk's concerned, that's that. I saw this article online with DiMarzio people. Apparently, Ziyech could be going back to Ajax and Bellingham could be going elsewhere. But sticking with the Arsenal news, Cody Gakpo seems to be one that's gone away from us. I would love Gabdal, as a left-sided centre-back. The Croatian lads enhanced his reputation at the World Cup, but that appears a myth. Scrolling all the way down and scrolling down some more people. I know I keep saying that. It is suggested that Joao Felix is ready for a fresh start at a different club than Atletico Madrid. Are any teams that can afford him? Are there any teams that can afford him? What would be a good destination for him? Arsenal certainly not, because he wants to play for PSG. Atletico Madrid just don't want to lose him at all, and they're asking for 130/140 million euros. PSG would be a logical choice if he does leave Atletico, but then you've got Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar, and Messi could very well leave PSG. Mbappe will go to Real Madrid one day. Neymar, it seems like he wakes up and wants to leave. He'd be a great player in the short, medium, and potentially long term when it becomes fully Kylian Mbappe FC. So it all depends where you read, people, because throughout this video, when we go through these tab police, look away now, there'll probably be some other reports there. Arsenal have been linked with Mudryk. How much should they pay for him, and what can he do for the Gunners' title aspirations? Mudryk is a really good player. AC Milan wanted him in the summer in case Rafa Leao left. And like Benassia, he's contracted until 2024. So Rafa Leao, I would say more so Benassia and Milinkovic-Savic, they're going to get linked with Arsenal a hell of a lot more. At the moment, Arsenal are trying to sign him because they know they're dealing with a very talented player. But whether it will also work in January, I don't know. They are in pole position to capture him, is certain. But Shakhtar is a difficult negotiating partner, and they're probably asking about 35 million euros for him. So that's cheaper. That's the cheapest we've seen so far in the articles we've gone through in this video. 35 million euros. What's that? That's probably around 20. They'll probably be selling him too short, but Arsenal need to get that done tomorrow if that's the case, really and truly. Moving away from that, again, big up the Arsenal Twitter dons. According to this publication in Spain, people, Arsenal is advancing in the race to sign Joao Felix because they do not want to let them miss a golden opportunity, and that he deserves to make an effort. Google Translate not helping us with Arabic there. The player is determined to leave Atletico in January. His agent, George Mendes, is knocking on doors to achieve this, and he seems like he wants to park him at Aston Villa. DiMarzio has said, I don't think Felix will go to Arsenal because he wants to play for PSG. Atletico Madrid doesn't want to lose him and are asking for 130 to 40 million. And that would be the obvious option if he was to leave Atletico. People shout Arsenal, Buzz, and all of these guys, people. Have we missed anything? As you can see here, Arsenal prepared to offer Leicester around 20 million for Bid Tielemans in January. The 25-year-old is out of contract. Now, at 25, 20 years, 20 million for a 25-year-old isn't the worst, even though in 6 months he'll be a free transfer. But if Tielemans can sign for us and push us and give us a bit of extra, push towards Champions League qualification and beyond that, it's money well spent, really. And Ryan Taylor's gone on to say as well, Arsenal now consider Mudryk to be their primary attacking target, despite strong interest in Pedro Neto, Yeremy Pino, and Musa Diaby of Leverkusen. We've opened dialogue with Mudryk's representative, so we're going to have to see. We've opened talks with Shakhtar over a deal for him. We've been tracking him since the summer, people, so we're going to have to see. Apparently, Shakhtar value him at 85 million, but they could soften their stance. So there's a lot of to and from to go with in relation to him. But it appears that we might be making progress. On Vlahovic, Fabrizio has said, Dusan Vlahovic speculation goes on. I'm told there are no contacts with Arsenal as things stand. Then let's see in January, but it's quiet now. Vlahovic is focused on recovering from his injury. This is a key point. He's not 100% fit yet. I think Vlahovic is always a good idea for top clubs, but Juventus should not sell him after just 11 months. I mean, if they're broke, you have to do things in it, really and truly. At the moment, it's Arsenal pushing for Mudryk, but there's still no advanced negotiation on the fee, says Romano. So they're all kind of correlating. Apparently, the director of football at Frankfurt with Ivan Ndika, he's trying to get him to sign a new deal, in which 1 minute it says he's signed a new deal at Frankfurt. He's signing for Arsenal. He's running down his contract to assess his options at the end of the season. We don't know. Until it's signed on the dotted line, who knows, people? Arsenal don't want to let golden opportunity pass by. Gunners now advancing for signing. This is again in relation to Joao Felix. Once again, we know we've got an injury to Jesus. We know we could do with a wide man. We know it will be expensive. We know Mendes is trying to get their client gone. Probably Mudryk, and then maybe a striker of a lesser known quality, and then we address centre mid. There's no way in hell I think we get Joao Felix, but I don't know anything. I'm not Edu. I'm not Arteta. It's just very difficult to believe, people. But I didn't think we'd get a Aubameyang, so read into that what you will. once again, the same old things, just kind of reiterating about Joao Felix here, people. PSG can afford Felix and they want a star like him as a replacement for Messi, Mbappe, or Neymar. Not many clubs can afford Joao Felix, and PSG really wants to sign these young players for the future so they can have cover for Mbappe or Neymar if they're going to leave or when Messi's contract is expiring. And obviously, clubs do feel it is, if they can get Felix on loan, that will cost a pretty penny as well, to the point where you need to have an obligation to buy or an option to buy to make it worthwhile, because it could be expensive loan. Benefiting from such. Sorry for any technical difficulties you're currently experiencing, people. In the terms of Milinkovic-Savic, Arsenal want Milinkovic-Savic. In recent weeks, the English club have made big moves for the Serbian midfielder, whose contract with Lazio expires in June 2024. Those of Arteta, Google Translate not helping us, already preparing the ground for a possible offer for June. Again, they're asking for 80 to 100 million euros. They're going to have to forget about that because he's got no intention of renewing. He's contracted until 2024. Juventus and Chelsea are also monitoring developments. I'm very pessimistic on anything that links our players to Italian clubs or us buying Italian players, because we've been taken around the houses more times than a lot of us can remember. Once again, in relation to Tielemans, Arsenal jump ahead of Barca in Yuri Tielemans' transfer race as Mikel Arteta looks to grab Leicester ace on the cheap, people. So we'll have to see. Maybe that's why we've moved away from the Danilo links to 21-year-old of Palmeiras. Two different sorts of midfield profiles, but maybe, that's a summer thing, or maybe Tielemans is a summer thing. We'll never know. Do we have 20 million for Tielemans with his contract expiring, and anything from 40 to 50 to 60 odd euros for Mudryk, and then maybe a striker or a left-sided centre-back? I don't know, people. And even we've been linked with right-backs in the event Cedric leaves in terms of cover. So, yeah, this article is just saying the same thing, people, in relation to Tielemans. And we've heard this for a while. It seems like Arsenal are the front runners, but until there's been an agreement, it's a myth. Happy birthday to Zinchenko, people. Apparently, he's completed his, I assume they mean UEFA B coaching license, which is good, thinking about the future. Him, Cedric, El Nene, Rob Holding, Granit Xhaka, they're all doing it, people. And again, you look at a true mark of a manager is also what they've given to the game, their principles, but also I feel how many players go into management. You look at Ferguson, a lot of people have taken coaching roles. Pep Guardiola, you've got Company and a couple of others. Wenger, again, your former player, is a manager at Arsenal Football Club, had time to retire from playing and start managing Arsenal and won a trophy before Spurs. Life isn't fair. So, yeah, it is what it is in that regards. And I mean, someone that's played under Pep Guardiola is always big up Arteta, and there's probably been an influence, but Zinchenko, been with Pep. We all watch Man City on TV. It all looks like they're all mini coaches in game. So it wouldn't surprise me to see, or not, but to see Zinchenko, Company, Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, or everyone apart from Jack Grealish, in my opinion. I think he'll be a pundit, or he might be on I'm a Celeb, but many ex-Pep players will go and be managers, people. So it is what it is. For those that want Zaha, Crystal Palace could now sell unplayable gem after new contract offer rejected. Another one whose contract's running down at 30 years of age, people. They might sell him in Jan. Arsenal might say this is a good stopgap signing. Can play up front, behind the striker, and through the middle. Is Premier League proven, is an Arsenal fan. 30 years of age, El Nene could stay for a couple of years, specifically Xhaka and Partey. They're here for the present and they're key players, so you couldn't probably rule him out. I personally think the boat for Zaha is gone. Zaha, you at least want a minimum 3 to 4 year deal, and you're going to want healthy wages, really and truly. He's also been linked with Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund. Cedric, apparently, talk about clickbait. Premier League side chasing fantastic Arsenal player. He wants to leave. We've heard Fulham want him. He could be, reunited with Leno. I'm not too sure if that's the case. But if Cedric wants to leave and we can get someone off the books who would probably have to leave in the summer because he's contracted until 2024, then why not, people? It'd make 100% sense, in my opinion, anyways, people. So that appears to be everything. Let's actually have one last butchers around, people, and see if there's anything else, people. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment your opinions, hit the notification bell, and the rest of it, people, because without you lot, the platform don't breathe in. Appreciative to you lot for helping us get to over 50,000 subscribers. Let's have one last little look. Seems like we've covered everything. Tielemans, all these sort of things, people. Joao Felix and the rest of them. So doesn't appear that there's any other news. So with that, Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you've hit the like button, you're commenting, you're subscribing, you've turned on your notifications, you're checking out my description of this video so you can have all information of where to follow me, Deluded Gooner 04 and everything. If you're not going to follow me on anything, Snapchat, DGooner04, Twitter, Deluded Gooner 04, the same as Instagram. And also check out your YouTube community tabs, because if the notifications fail you, that is where I typically tell you when the new content is coming out. Most importantly, you lot stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you lot soon, people. On that note, God bless you all. Peace out, man. One love. I'm out.
There's always just that active and defending.
I've been given like